Welcome everybody to Station 21 for today's Bulldog Bar. Whoa! We are here to talk football with Coach Kazia, and Coach, once again, a splendid turnout here at Station 21.
They can't help themselves.
They can't.
Man, oh man.
It's great to see. They know what.
Would you ever imagine it growing to this magnitude when we started this? Remember a couple years ago when we started this? Like, we had to actually pay people and give them gift cards to just come and watch.
Just to come. Now they're beating down the doors.
It's just simple. I'm so excited to talk football right now with all these guys. I mean, let's get it going. And what a bunch of great guests we got here tonight.
We do have some great guests. We'll get to those in just a little bit.
So let's get through me, and so you can get to the guys.
Let's get through the stuff we have to do. Then we can get to the fun stuff here.
Yep.
Just kidding. Hey, let's start it off. Valpo 35-14 win. A program sweep once again for the Vikings, freshmen all the way up. It starts again with the defense. Huge night, 7 interceptions.
7 interceptions. Absolutely. I've never been in a game where they had 7 interceptions. I don't know both teams, let alone one team. And I think they threw it 40 times. I think he completed 28, intercepted 7, so only 5 of his passes hit the ground.
Wow.
Yeah, but 7 interceptions is a lot. It's a lot to do. It's a lot to throw.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I sort of lose my mind after 1 interception. I don't know what they're doing after 7, but
if that's their game,
that's what they're going to do. But you know, there are times where we've had an opportunity for 7 interceptions, but we dropped them. But just so happened this week we were able to catch them and made a difference in our game.
Not only that, I mean, looking at the film, watching the game, just a ton of potential bone crushers. It was a very physical defense for you guys.
Probably the most nominees that we had when we went through it as a coaching staff, and came up with actually 2 of them this week because we couldn't split them. But very physical. It's a rivalry game, right? Trophy game. You know, it's always going to be physical. It's just they play a little different brand of football than what they typically have, and throwing the ball where they've been a run between the tackles type team. But our defense was up to the task, thankfully, because our offense sputtered a little bit, and we could touch upon that a little bit later. But you know, our defense has got to be the one constant you have, and thankfully we got a good one.
Well, you mentioned offense, Coach. After the game, you kind of talked to some of the guys. You, of course, complimented the defense, but you yourself said, offense, we need to get back to work.
Yeah, you know, they got a really good defense. We knew that, but it's just, you know, self-inflicted. And a couple of those were you know, undisciplined personal foul type stuff that, you know, once you get behind the chains and you got, you know, first downs taken away, or now all of a sudden you're working first down and 25. I don't have a lot of plays on my play sheet for those kind of plays, right? So, especially against that type of defense. So, you know, we know we got some work to do. You know, we're 35 points on the board, but for us, you know, it just felt like sort of empty. And we had a good practice today, went back to some fundamentals on offense, so hopefully people will see the difference on Friday night.
We'll get to the Friday night game of the court in just a little bit. Let's right now get to the Station 21 players of the game. We'll start on the offensive side. Caden Smith, another good game from him.
Yeah, Caden is, you know, we're starting to move him around, start to do different things, put a couple plays in for him. He takes one to the house. I mean, he's just Mr. Reliable as a receiver. Now we're starting to do some different things with him. And I think, as you've seen, if he gets the ball in space, there's a good chance he's going all the way, and that's what he was able to do. So congratulations to Caden.
Defensively, one of those guys that had a bunch of the interceptions. We've heard his name before, Dom Fanton.
Dom Fanton. I mean, he's just having a phenomenal year. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows by now, if you guys watch Marquee or the network or whatever, he had one blunder after one of those interceptions, and but he made up for it those next 2, you know, on the next 2. But you could never doubt Dom on his effort, and that's all that was when he tried to bring it out of the end zone, was just trying to make a play for his team, right? But he's just having a phenomenal season. Him and Griff, you know, his 2 safeties, just phenomenal. So congratulations to Dom.
Special teams this week goes to Kason Muniz.
Well, we affectionately call Kason Meatball. And Meatball was put into service because our first team punter was injured. And so on Thursday, we just decided that Meatball was the guy. Well, Meatball is a offensive guard by trade, and it's the first time in my career, and I've been around a long time, let's be honest. I mean, some people think too long. 42 years, I've never had an offensive lineman punt for me. A little scary.
He put a leg into one of them.
He put a leg in. He's not missing any ham hocks. I'm telling you that. I mean, he's got a boot to it, and I think he averaged 38 yards. For a first-time punter, and so we had no choice but to give it to Meatball, Special Teams Player of the Week. Congratulations, Meatball.
Well,
and we affectionately call him Meatball.
Meatball, right. Affection. Special teams wise, I mean, you've not only lost your punter, but you've lost your field goal kicker too, but someone else has stepped in and done a really good job as well.
We keep talking about this phenomenal freshman class we have. There's another one. Mr. Wagner comes in and kicks all the extra points, and didn't kick the extra points, kicked the kickoffs, and Carson Cavalcante came in and did all the extra points. So, that's the thing about this team so far is, we've had quite a bit of guys go down during this time, but our guys don't flinch. We talk about this, you're going to war, right? Somebody goes down, you pick up the rifle, and you keep going. And that's what our guys have done. And a perfect example was in our kicking game on Friday.
Talked about the bone crusher. Couldn't separate them. We had to give two. One to Trevor Gibbs and one to Garrett Ortiz.
Yeah, on the same play. And so, both of those guys blitzed on a play. And I like to give the bone crusher to a play that had some significance to it, not just one that was just a good hit. This one, they both hit the quarterback at the same time. It results in an interception, right? And they really put the wood to them, but the result was what we were looking for. It was nice to have a couple of our blitzing linebackers come in and put some pressure on them, and the end result was a big-time interception. So both of those, congratulations to them as co-bone crusher of the week.
On the scout team this week, Donde Dotson and Carson Newhall.
Yeah, Donde Dotson is one of those guys that, if you talked to us last year, you weren't sure if he was going to be with us. Just sort of took a while for him to get adjusted to the program and our expectations. But, our defense says that he was phenomenal, giving them a look. And so not only is he doing a good job on JV team as far as our running back, did a great job as our scout team. And then Carson Newhall, I think the second time this year, for giving us a good look on the scout team defense. So congratulations to those two.
Your new award, the Epic Player of the Game, Stephen Pantelic.
First of all, Stephen Pantelic has epic effort every play. Every play. And as a result, he blocks a punt. The punt block wasn't even on. But because of his effort and because he did what Coach Snyder and the defensive staff told him that he needed to do on the punt, he breaks through, and the one and only Trevor Gibbs picks it up and scores. So, again, what it resulted as, not only the effort, but it resulted in a touchdown. So, congratulations to that guy. He is becoming a special dude for us on defense.
JV had a great game as well. In the program sweep, your players of the week, Ethan Zielkowski and Jake Jager.
Yeah, both of those guys. Ethan's a junior who's playing behind some seniors. We really think he's got a chance to be really good coming up, and has a nice game. And Jake Jager, who's, again, playing behind a guy like Dom Fanton, like it's, when his turn's called on the varsity, I'm sure he's going to answer the bell. But fantastic job on the JV as our JV rolled 42-0 over Valpo.
Some great guests coming in today, Coach, as we wrap up these Station 21 players of the game. Today you got defensive back Oscar Biasi coming in. So why'd you bring him in today?
Well, Oscar is one of those guys that, again, a lot of this senior class is when I got here 5 years ago, they were 8th graders, right? And I sort of had to recruit them to make sure that they were going to stay in Crown Point. Oscar was one of them. So Oscar spent the first 2 years, a sophomore and junior year, as a starting wide receiver for us. And when we looked at our depth at wide receiver and what he could do as far as a DB goes, we thought that we would give him a shot at going to corner. and he has not disappointed us. He's done a great job, and we know we can always pull him back to the offensive side because he knows pretty much everything we're doing. But just a guy who's accepted his role, does what he's asked of, and again, got a lot of balls thrown at him the last 4 weeks just because of the teams that we played against. But Oscar's a quality kid, quality student, and an outstanding football player, so I thought it'd be the right thing to do to honor him today.
You've also brought along defensive coordinator John Snyder to the show today. He's in his second year here with the Bulldogs. How about Coach Snyder?
Coach Snyder, enough can't be said about him and our entire defensive staff. Right now they lead the state in scoring defense by only giving up 8 points a game in 6A football. Three of those touchdowns were really on our JV team. So if you take those 3 away, our first team defense is only averaging about giving up 4 points a game. That gives you a shot to win most games, right?
Yeah.
But they have done a magnificent job of not only game planning, preparing our kids, and having our kids execute it, and then most importantly, making those adjustments at halftime. Coach Snyder's a longtime coach. Most people know he was a head coach at Chesterton for many years, had a lot of success there, went on to the college level at Valpo University, coached there. When I thought our defensive coordinator, Coach Granger, was going to be moving on, when I had a conversation with Coach Snyder, we had talked a long time ago if there's any chance that he could come over, let's talk about it, put it in the works, and before you know it, he was over here last year, really worked alongside Coach Granger. Coach Granger retires, and he comes and takes over our defense, and lo and behold, our defense is number 1 in the state right now, and credit to him, but his whole defensive staff. They work so hard, tireless workers, and we're so glad to have him and all the staff with us.
Well, we're going to talk to Coach Snyder and Oscar Biasi right after the break. Don't go anywhere. You are watching the Bulldog Bark.
Hi, I'm David Warney from Station 21. I just want to take the opportunity to thank Mark and Coach Buzz for letting us be the proud sponsor of the Bulldog Bark. Have a great football season. Go Dogs.
Back in the Bulldog Bark, and today we have defensive coordinator John Snyder with us. Coach, that's been the biggest applause we've had all year.
That's outstanding. It's flattering. That's flattering.
You must be doing something right, huh? Well,
I hope.
we appreciate you coming in today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, hey, all year it's been the talk is defense. Defense has been just outstanding. Coach told us today that your defense is now number 1 in the state for points allowed. What's going on?
I had no idea.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that was the word given. Ranked number 1 defense in the state. So tell us what's going on with this defense.
Well, to be honest with you, this is the history of Crown Point football defense. Sean Granger started all this, and owe him a lot of credit. Talk to him almost every week about some thoughts and ideas, and just as a sounding board, and greatly appreciate everything he's done for me, helping me with the transition here. The defensive coaches that we have, Dave Ortiz, Damon Jackson, TJ Lukasik, Danny Altman, Nick Jones, Blake Marks, Matt Torres, I hope I'm not leaving somebody out. I feel like I'm leaving somebody out. We got so many. But it's really the kids. After the Pike game, I literally texted Coach Granger and I said, this was unbelievable that we're able to shut out a team like this. And he goes, yeah. He said he was just flattered to see how they were flying around and the attitude and the enthusiasm. And I said, that's literally just a carryover from what he established. And so it's been fun. It's every week is a little anxious and I'm a little nervous going in, but it's just a start. Now I told the guys today that this is where we got to ramp things up because we got some really good offenses coming, and then when we hit the playoffs, it's
whole new
one and done.
Ball game, yeah.
So.
Well, Coach, it's your second year with the Bulldogs. Last year you kind of got to see how Granger did some things. When we talk coaching philosophies, Do you have something different? Is there a difference between your defense to what Crown Point maybe was used to?
Maybe the biggest difference has been utilizing our coaches in the back end and trying to marry the front end with them. I know in the past it's been, we're going to stop the run, and obviously that's still the priority. But making sure that the back end understood kind of what the front end was doing and vice versa. We're still kind of feeling our way around a little bit where you don't want to leave things void or open if you bring pressure type of scenarios. But it's been a really good transition right now with I've been kind of known in a habit of, wanting to bring pressures a little bit more. I know one of the things when I talked to Coach Granger after the season last year, what would you have done different? And he goes, well, I think I would have tried to bring more pressure and move guys around more. And it's, that sticks with me. I mean, everything that he's talked to me about, I keep in mind because this is really kind of his defense, and I'm just trying to keep it going.
It looks to me, and a lot of people have commented, the defensive players just look like they're having fun. I mean, they're talking, they always want to get that bone-crushing hit. They're kind of competing against each other, but man, when somebody makes a play, they're all coming to each other. It just looks like they're having a good time out there.
Yeah, and I think they are, and I think that's kind of one of the things Coach Granger alluded to after the Pike game is, we were flying around and we were making some plays, and when you make those kind of plays, you feed off each other and the excitement continues to build. I don't know that it was that way in the summer, and mainly because we're trying to find the fits, the guys. We had some guys coming back, but we were trying to figure out where some pieces were going to go, and they're learning, so they're not really playing at a speed where, because they're afraid to make a mistake and they're trying to earn a spot and they're trying to learn what we're doing. But I think they've kind of settled in, and some guys have really gotten comfortable in their role. And when you can get to that point, now it's just a matter of playing fast.
Dom was in here a couple weeks ago, and he was even saying, he gets to make some calls out there. So it looks like you're really putting a lot of trust in your defensive as well.
Well, at each level of defense, when you look at the D-line, the linebackers, and the secondary, what we have is unbelievable because you have a starter in Mark Gonzalez at the nose that, got state experience, state championship experience. You have a Trevor Gibbs, who is as good a player as I've ever been around at the high school level. And then you get Dom and Griff in the back end, who the experience and the years of experience they've got. There's a lot of football that's been played by those guys, and they're not the only ones, but they're the guys that, I think have been in it the longest, had the most plays under their belt. And to be honest with you, they're like coaches on the field, literally. Dom in particular, because he really calls almost all our coverages.
That's really cool. Coach, you've been at Chesterton for years, Valparaiso, now as the Bulldog. What's the vibe like at Crown Point with football and sports? Is it different from other schools?
Well, it really starts at the top, and our superintendent wants to win, and Coach Mazzia wants to win. And when you have leadership at the top, that's the expectation, and the standards have been set, and this is where we're going to go. I'll be honest with you, the most nervous I was coming into the season was, man, I just don't want to be the guy that allows the streak to end. And, I know they say with pressure there's privilege, but there's still pressure. And so, to me, that's been one of the biggest differences from all the places I've been. Not that there weren't great people and people that wanted to win at other places, but it's kind of an expectation at Crown Point.
That's cool. Well, Coach, I can't thank you enough for coming in. I appreciate you being here.
Absolutely.
Best of luck the rest of the way. We'll be looking out for those big hits on defense.
Thank you. Greatly appreciate it.
All right. Coach Snyder from the defensive coordinator. Hey, we've got a whole bunch more coming up with Oscar Biasi coming up right after this. Don't go away.
Hi, I'm David Warney from Station 21. I just want to take the opportunity to thank Mark and Coach Buzz for letting us be the proud sponsor of the Bulldog Bark. Have a great football season. Go Dogs.
quarterback in the Bulldog bark welcomes Oscar Biasi. Welcome to the show.
I
Welcome.
appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Hey, great job so far this year. We've been talking defense all night long.
Yeah.
How much do you love being on this defense?
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It really is. From practice all the way to Fridays, it's really fun. You know, we play as one kind of, whereas everyone's flying to the ball, all 11 guys all the time. Whereas on offense, you kind of have your own individual job, like being a receiver. You have your own route to run, you know? And if it's a run play, you're not really doing much. Whereas on defense, it's like all the time we're playing 11 guys no matter what it is.
Now, you know that because you were on offense.
Yeah.
You've transitioned from a wide receiver to be a DB now. Talk about that transition, and was it difficult? Do you like it?
I wouldn't say it was difficult at all. No, based on the receiving background I have, it kind of transitions into it, knowing what the receivers are going to do, what they're going to try to use on me to get open, because I did the same thing. And I enjoy defense a lot. I find it really fun. Yeah, definitely really fun.
Now, Coach just told us that the Bulldog defense is now ranked number 1 in the state for giving up the least amount of points, averaging, I think, 8 a game, which is incredible. And talking to Coach Schneider, it just seems like the defense has fun out there.
Oh, yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. Oh, always. Like, every single play. Every single play. Someone's making a play and everyone's getting hyped for them. It's awesome. It really is.
That is cool. Well, hey, talk about your season and how you think you've progressed starting off, new position. How have you progressed throughout the first 6 games?
I would say I've learned that the speed is kind of different. So when you're at receiver, you're obviously running full speed at the guy trying to get open. As a D-back, when you're backpedaling, it's weird to be on that side of it and learning how to get good at trying to guess where the receiver is going to go and play him from there. So through the first 6 games, I think I've gotten better from the summer at just backpedaling, trying to figure out where the receiver's trying to make me think they want me to go. So that's probably one of the biggest strides I've made in that. But, still got all the work in the world to do.
Sure. New coach, obviously on the defensive side, Coach Schneider. We had him in here just before you. You weren't part of the defense last year, but talk about him. What's he bring to the defense this year?
Smarts. He's very smart. You can tell, like, in everything that he does, he has an idea behind it. And same with Coach Buzz on the offense. But all our coaches are just really smart, and Coach Snyder just leads the defense with that in all his play calling, why we're doing it, why we're doing what we're doing, the numbers, like I'm from the other teams, learning what they're trying to play on us, runs, passes, all the percentage, all that. So he's really good at that, yeah.
And I know Coach has kind of stressed to you guys, homecoming week, it's fun, but we're focused on the game itself. Talk to us, though, a little bit about homecoming week. What has Crown Point been doing throughout the week, or what do they have planned this week?
I believe it's like a spirit week for the school week. Are you trying to ask me about football or just Crown Point in general?
We'll get to football later. Yeah, just in general, what kind of dress-up days and stuff are you having?
I don't know the dress-up days. I'm only there for a couple periods a day because I got internship, but I know Friday's a pep rally. Friday's a pep rally for all, every grade really, but most seniors aren't there because they have to be at their jobs. But yeah, it's a spirit week. Tickets went on sale today. It's just it's a really cool week, and it's a really cool experience.
Going to the dance?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it at the school or?
Never been to a Crown Point homecoming.
Oh, okay.
I never used to go to dances. No.
Okay.
I used to kind of hang out at home, but this year I'm going.
All right. Do we have any representatives on the football team on the court, or is anybody going for the king or anything like that?
That's a good question. I know a couple guys, but I don't think they're on the team.
Okay.
Now I'm looking around, I don't think anybody's.
I forget who it was last year. You had a guy that was on court every year for 4 years. I can't think of his name.
Josh Miller?
Nope.
Tanner?
Nope. Short, dark-haired guy. Had mustache all the time.
Tommy Godagno.
That's it. Yeah, he was
a great guy. I love Tommy.
So, one last thing we'll talk to you about is just this crowd. Obviously, it's going to be a huge crowd on Friday night with homecoming, but I don't think you can fit more people in the stands. Your crowd has been amazing.
Yeah, I agree with that. We have a great fan base. Everyone comes out. I think, 5,000 a game or something like that? So I'm hoping we get 6,000. I don't even think we can fit that many, but it's just cool because you can barely hear, from one side of the field, me to Carson Cavalcante on the other corner. We can't hear each other talk, which is it stinks trying to get the play call, but it's really fun knowing that they're that loud and you're playing in that atmosphere.
That's awesome. Well, hey, thank you so much for coming and appreciate you being here. Oscar Biasi, you'll see him out there on Friday night, so make sure you're joining us at the game. We'll be back when we finish things up with Coach Buzz right after this break.
Hi, I'm David Warney from Station 21. I just want to take the opportunity to thank Mark and Coach Buzz for letting us be the proud sponsor of the Bulldog Bark. Have a great football season. Go Dogs.
Welcome back to the Bulldog Bark, episode number 4 with Coach Bazia. Coach, it's mealtime. Let's talk about that delicious meal you had today. Not to mention the incredible appetizers that we're having right now.
Well, you know, you got to have something to get us to the finish line, right? So, you ready for me?
I'm ready.
Well, the pretzel bites with the beer cheese.
Gotta love pretzel bites.
Boneless wings, recommended by you last week.
Had them last week. Yep.
And I also went with the S21 beef.
Okay.
You know, who doesn't like a good beef sandwich?
Not many.
Thinly sliced roast beef, grilled onions, sweet peppers, and then they throw a little American cheese on a hoagie bun. And I get it. I ask for the au jus.
Oh yeah.
So I make it basically a French dip, right? And God, I love French dips. And this is, I don't know what kind of beef it is. It may be filet. I have no idea. But man, is it good. Now, with all this stuff, I still was able to finish it, right? And I'm not that big an eater. You know, I watch everything that I eat. I mean, I literally watch.
You got a finger to watch after, yeah.
I do, and things go right to my hips. But I liked it. I recommend it, and I'd get it again without a question. All right. How about yourself, Steve?
I told you last week I'm not a big fish guy.
You did.
But if my fish is deep fried, I'll give it a go. So I went with the fish and chips.
Are you not concerned about the fried?
No, I like fried.
Okay.
And I was pleasantly
your
surprised.
figure, your waist.
Well, you know,
you'll run it off.
I can't do any more damage. You know, I probably could.
That's true.
It was good. I was pleasantly surprised. I don't get it very often, but now I know I can come here and I can get it.
A lot of our guys get the fish.
Do they?
Chip. Yeah. Yep. So,
Well,
can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
Nope.
All right, let's get into that question of the week.
Wait, what?
We've got one for you, Coach, and it comes from Cedar Lake, Indiana.
Wait a minute.
Coach,
Wait a minute. This came from Cedar Lake?
this one we did. Yes.
Okay, that's something new.
Coach, I am an outdoorsy type of person, and I know you are too. Can you please give us some advice if I were planning to go rappelling?
Oh boy. Repelling.
Rappelling. Have you ever rappelled?
I believe I have.
Okay.
Not in this country. I repelled out of the country. Does that count?
That counts.
Well, there's a couple of things I would. Number one, wear a helmet. Because a lot of people don't understand, like, you can get tangled up, you can hit your head. Not that I did that, but wear a helmet, right? Number two, don't let go of the rope. You know,
That's big.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly what they're looking for out of that, but I mean, outdoorsy, right?
Yeah.
Who doesn't like to be outdoors?
I can't think of anybody.
Right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
but to repel, I appreciate that question, but that's about all I can. Those are two very, very important facts.
If you have any pictures of yourself rappelling, make sure I get them. Maybe we can show them in the bark here.
You do that?
Yeah, sure.
You put that on there?
Sure.
Well, you don't believe me?
Yeah.
Oh,
I believe it.
I mean, if I do, I'll give it to you, and you can share with the audience if you don't mind. Like,
All right. Sounds good. Sounds
okay,
good.
I'll get that to you. But hey, thank you to whoever's in Cedar Lake for that question.
All right. You know we love the question of the week.
We do.
All right, Coach. Let's get into this game. Homecoming week. It's been a lot of festivities going on. I know you're not a fan of the homecoming night.
I'm not.
It's just another game for you guys. You always say. But this week it's LaPorte. What can we expect?
Well, homecoming is a nightmare for most coaches, right? There's just so many distractions, but it's part of being a student, right? I mean, and they got to have fun. You can't take that away from them. But we always tell our guys that their main, like, you just go ahead and just pop that pretzel in while you're talking.
Hey, I know I'm not going to talk for a while. You're a talker.
Okay,
So.
I mean, all right. So our job as a football team is to to put a win on the board, right, for all those people that come back for homecoming. But man, oh man, I drove in here today from the stadium, and decorations everywhere, right?
Cool.
Everywhere. I mean, whoever did all those windows, and I mean, that's a lot of work, and man, do we appreciate the support by all the businesses and the people that did it. Really, really cool. And there's one thing about Dogtown here, they go first class, and they do it right. And you know, really, really supportive, and we appreciate it. Looking forward to it. LaPorte's by far the most improved team from last year to this year. Got 2 wins. Big win over New Prairie, big win over Lake Central. Really 180-degree difference than what we've seen in the past as far as what we have to defend. They're going to come out and they're going to come in with 2 and 3 tight ends and pound the ball and Coach Schneider's defense. And you know, we've done nothing but defend the pass, it seems like, in the last 4 weeks, 5 weeks. So it's going to be a new challenge for us. I have complete confidence in our guys. I want them to have fun. I want them to enjoy it. But I also have a lot of confidence they're going to come out and be ready to play on Friday night. Looking forward to it.
Big game. You know it's going to be a big crowd, so you better be getting your tickets.
How about that crowd last week?
It was great.
Good to be home, right?
Yeah. Man, that student section dressed in the Hawaiian gear or whatever they were, it was crazy, and that's really cool. I was even talking to some of the players about it, what it's like to play in front of a crowd like that, and they're just in awe every week. They're like, home, away, you guys have a lot of support.
Yeah, our fan base is crazy. Our guys appreciate it. Give a shout out to one other thing, the Mr. Gloff and our Bulldog Network, and our game was broadcast on a marquee network, right? Like the Cub Station.
Cub Station, yeah.
I've probably got 30 texts from people that watch that from all over the country. Like, you know, from Florida, California, I mean, everywhere, just watch the game. We're very supportive of the broadcast. So, you know, I know they put a game day program on beforehand, but credit to them. But thank you to the Marquee Network for helping us get the Bulldog word out. It was really, really cool.
Very cool. Well, get your tickets. The game is Friday night. It's LaPorte Slicers coming in to face the Crown Point Bulldogs on homecoming night. And Coach, thanks for coming in.
Steve, always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. We'll be back next week for more to talk about LaPorte and the upcoming games. So don't miss us next week. This has been the Bulldog Burner. We'll see you next week.
Go Dogs.